atomic-powered city. It's late night with the... And now, a man who doesn't do any show that's not a big show, David.
Thank you, boys. Thank you. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Very nice. Thank you so much. Hi. How are you? Thank you. It's a magic night. It's a Friday night, and I don't often say this, and I'm going to say it tonight, and I hope I don't get things off on the wrong foot, but frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I've never felt lovelier. Boy, a strange thing happened to me today. I'm having lunch in my favorite Midtown restaurant, and I thought that this was at the least disconcerting, and in all honesty, it frankly broke my spirit. I'm enjoying whatever I was eating, and in the middle of my meal, the chef comes bursting out of the kitchen, and he screams this as loudly as he can. Does anybody here have a Band-Aid and some cough drops? I just... Thank you very much. Band-Aid and some cough drops. For the, let's turn now to the world of sports. For the first time in the history of the NFL, the Pro Bowl now will be played on ESPN instead of ABC, NBC, or CBS. So it's the first time it'll be on cable instead of a network. And it's going to be really unusual. It's going to be odd, isn't it? Don't you think? Not watching it on cable instead of not watching it on a network? I've never felt lovelier. And you know what that means, don't you? That means we pass the savings on to you.
So in other words,
I don't know.
You've never felt lovelier, A, and B, we pass the
That's
savings
right.
on to you.
And you know why I say that, Paul?
Why is that?
Because I'm really drunk tonight. That's not something you should joke about, because I don't drink. I used to drink years ago. Boy, did I. I don't drink anymore now, but I really did for a long time. Really used to enjoy drinking. Just ask my liver. That was a show, wasn't it, Paul?
That was a show.
Didn't Mr. Wizard do that for a while on Nickelodeon? Just ask my liver.
That was a show.
Well, Mickey Mantle is opening a brand new restaurant here in New York City. I thought this was kind of ugly. George Steinbrenner goes by yesterday and fires a couple of busboys. Who are those guys? It's like buyers from Thai City or something are here. What? Well, ladies and gentlemen, today was a sad day for the frozen food industry. All the details are apparently not yet in, but here's what we have so far. Down in Miami, Mrs. Paul was arrested and charged with killing a dock worker. Mrs. Paul.
Paul.
Yeah, you know, Mrs. Paul.
Mrs. Paul's
frozen fish stuff.
sticks.
Yeah, right. Killed a dock worker. Apparently killed a... We don't know if the dock worker was stabbed or bludgeoned, but they're pretty sure she did it. Thank you. Kids, thank you so much for selecting us for your evening's enjoyment. What a show.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Say hello to some cats for me, everybody. Honor of Buster Poindexter. I want to add that.
Congratulations.
Especially in his honor.
Looking forward. Nice to see you guys again. Thank you for being here.
You know, sometimes you used to see a Carson show, and when, like, if a Sinatra would be on, or a Barbra Streisand, and they would have strings, special strings, augmenting the band. And we have augmented the band for Buster Poindexter. I want to announce that. Thank you very much.
Very thoughtful of you. And we're looking forward to your little tune later.
Did I mention we have augmented the band in honor of Buster Poindexter?
You pointed it out and then pointed it out again.
Thank you.
Let's see. What kind of time? What are you doing this weekend? I got a big weekend planned.
What are you doing? I'm just cooling out. What are you doing?
Big blue fishing off Montauk.
Ooh, really?
Right after.
What are you doing, chartering a...
Yeah. We get out there at 3 in the morning, cutting bait, and then we're out. We go like 40 miles off the coast, and we're out there all day.
Spend the whole weekend out there?
That's great.
Sleep out there?
Yeah, we sleep out there, eat nothing but cheese sandwiches.
Yeah. Feels good. What's
as
the
many
head?
as we can get. We go
How are
through
the heads out
several
there
loaves of Wonder Bread. What?
What's the head like on a boat like that?
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, the facility.
Yeah.
Hell, don't ask me. I feel. Oh, we got to do the top 10, then we'll get to our mail, don't we? What? From the home office in Lincoln, Nebraska, top 10 things our receptionists say every day. The kids who answer our phone daily, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week up there on the 14th floor. Top 10 things our receptionists say every day. Have you seen, by the way, the Today Show, how fat Bryant is getting?
You were mentioning that the other day.
You know, I heard there's a lot of people who work on this crew and then also work on the Today Show crew, and they tell me that it's standard procedure because he consumes so many donuts during the show that when they cue him that he's coming back on camera, they always have to do this. Bryant. Pass the savings on to you. Here we go. Top 10 things our receptionists say every day. Here we go. Number 10. No, Tom Snyder is not here. Number 9. You're a bunch of guys in a college dorm? Let me give you Dave's home phone number. Number 8. Hello, Bill Wendell's Amway headquarters. Number 7. Thank you, Mr. President, but no one here played in the Super Bowl. Number 6. If you wish to sue Mr. Letterman, I can give you the 800 number. Number 5. Number 5, nice language, Mr. Gumble. Number 4, I'm sorry, we're all out of transcripts of the Bedwetters show. Number 3, no, I only lead the band during the show. I'm on the phones during the day. Number 2, oh yeah? Oh yeah? Well, he probably thinks you're an unfunny jerk, too. And number 1, yes, Mr. Donahue, Marlo's up here, but she doesn't want to talk to you. It should be a lot of fun. Pat Sajak will be here in a moment, and the young man from the Washington Redskins, and Buster Poindexter. But first, let's turn our attention to the viewer mail that's piled up over the last week. Letter number 1, Dear Dave, what would happen if you broke your leg? Dave Brock, South Bend, Indiana. This is an excellent question. You know, it's actually never happened on the show. I've never broken a bone on the show, but I wonder what it would be like if I broke. I tell you what, let me just try and break my leg tonight and see if I can't just get it up. Ooh, well, I'm a little stiff. Oh, there. Okay. Okay. This ain't my leg. Here we go. They just twist it like that. Ah. Okay. All right, now just easy, just easy. Okay. All right, let me just give it one hard shot here. Ooh. Oh, it's all right. It's just throbbing a little, that's all. Okay. Letter number 2. Dear Dave, now we need your help. We have never missed one of your shows, really, but you have never acknowledged us. Some friend, please show America your favorite friends. You owe us one. Your favorite friends, Andrew and Mike Pace, a hot Atlanta, Tucker, Georgia. Oh, there's a picture. Oh, there they are. Gee, it is funny that a couple of guys that look like you would be at home every night of the week for 6 years. Loons, Paul.
Loons?
That's just loons.
I'll say it's loons.
Letter number 3. Dear Dave, Aunt Bee's freezer won't freeze. Why doesn't your show have exciting plot lines like this? Oh, I see. It's the little plot scenario synopsis there from the TV Guide. Well, I don't know. This comes to us from Wayne Tomlinson, Savannah, Georgia. I don't know, Wayne. I think we have some pretty exciting plots coming up. Let's take a look at a listing for next week here in the TV Guide. Oh, yeah, right up here in the upper left-hand corner. See if this doesn't excite you, the home viewer. There it is, 12:30, Late Night with David Letterman. Dave thinks the studio might be too hot. That was a coot. That was not a loon.
A coot?
That was a coot, yeah.
That I've never heard of,
No.
a coot.
It was not a loon, it was a coot. Dear Dave, letter number 4 begins, Flunky sucks. Joel Stein, Edison, New Jersey. Well, you know, Joel, usually when we receive vitriolic attacks like this one, we offer the affected party, a chance to rebut. Flunky, are you here? Here's Flunky, the late-night viewer mail clown.
It is the policy of this network to allow those with opposing viewpoints to air their opinions and voice their grievances in compliance with the National Association of Broadcasters Code of Ethics and Fair Practice and the FCC's Equal Time Rules. We maintain this forum for rebuttal.
Hey, you little weasel. Bite me.
The opinions and ideas expressed in this rebuttal are not necessarily those of this network.
This, by the way, it's kind of a sad note. Tonight is the last time we'll ever be able to say bite me on this show.
Really?
No, had a big discussion with the legal department, and this is absolutely the last time, right? This is their ironclad, no more bite me deal, and we have to play along.
They gave us one, though, tonight.
Tonight was the last time you'll ever hear bite me on this show.
So we really better take advantage of this.
They wanted
one
to
last.
crack down on this whole bite me thing that's going on.
Well, if I may say, Dave, may I? If
Sure, please do.
Bite me.
Thank you very much, Paul. Oh, I can hear them big blue jumping already.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, out there.
Marlin.
Yeah, 40 miles
right.
off the coast of Montauk.
Probably be loons out there.
They snap, too. They come out of the water and snap, those blue, like that.
Sometimes they can actually butt against the boat.
Exactly. Oh, that's
crack
why
the
it's
whole
a
boat in
wonderful
half.
sport. Yeah. Letter number 5. Dear Dave, have you and Paul ever vied for the affections of the same woman? If so, who won? Wondering Brad Finn, Sunderland, Mass. Would that be Mass or Maine? M.A. is Massachusetts? M.E. is Maine. M.E. is Maine. Massachusetts, perhaps. Well, yes, Brad, actually, it did happen once. Paul and I did kind of run into some problems that way. Luckily, it's now all on videotape, so we can look at it whenever we want to and pretend it's an actual memory. You see, I had received a photograph from a viewer in the mail. You know, I've never gone out with a viewer before, but hey, it's better than another night watching VH1.
Hey, Dave.
Oh, hi, Paul.
What are you doing here?
Well, I guess it's obvious. I tell you what, let's just ring the bell and see who she wants. What the heck?
Fine by me.
Okay.
Yes, who's there?
And so police have finally captured the good-looking, extremely large woman who robbed a 7-Eleven convenience store earlier this evening.
Wow, Dave, not only was she 50 feet tall, it turns out she's also a dangerous robber.
Yeah, Paul, I think we've learned a valuable lesson from all of this.
What's that, Dave?
Never go out with someone based solely on a photograph. She could be enormous and also a criminal. Hi, Pat. Always a pleasure to see you. Let me,
Yeah. I'm in trouble already.
Good to see you. Why are you in trouble?
Well, I had 3 or 4 very funny anecdotes, but they all contain the phrase, bite me.
Oh, no.
I don't...
Yeah, you can't say that
can't,
anymore.
that's out.
No, this is the end of a long, arduous, hard-fought
Far be it
battle.
for me to cause trouble.
How you doing?
Good, I'm well.
This is amazing, isn't it? This game show has become so unbelievably popular. Not only in this country, but I understand different versions of it around the world.
Yeah, there's a French Wheel of Fortune. There's a French guy, I don't know what his name is. There's a French Vanna. The guy uses French hairspray. He's got French game show teeth.
Yeah.
You know, he's very good, yeah. But it's all over the world.
Have you seen any of those?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't even watch ours. Well, no, because
You've seen it once.
Do you go
Sure.
home and watch your show? Oh, there you go. Same thing.
Also interesting, it was pointed out because of, I guess now, the success of this movie, Good Morning Vietnam, that you, too, I guess worked in radio.
I was a fighting disc jockey in Saigon. I was.
Were you before or after or during?
Adrian Cronauer was the person on whom the movie is based, and I followed him. I was there in '68. 69. Now, Robin Williams is much better than either Adrian or I was. I mean, if we were as good as Robin, we'd be doing HBO specials, you know, but we're not. But you could not be as anti-authoritarian and wild on the air as Robin, you know, because they can put you in jail in the Army, you know, and you don't want to do that. You had to be a little more sneaky to get around there. For example, we had a guy who was in charge of our station. He had never been inside a radio station, but he had the right rank, so they made him in charge of the station. And
kind of like NBC.
It's the same. Yeah. In fact, the guy works for GE now, oddly enough.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's gone.
I know.
I forget his name. But in any event, he liked Christmas music. Now, I like Christmas music, too.
How can you not like Christmas
But I like it, if you're like me, you like it around, what, Christmas, right?
Yeah, more or less.
But he liked it in October, and he would say, you know, I'm in the Christmas mood. Why don't you play every third record a Christmas record? Now, we were a rock and roll radio station, and the guys were in a war zone anyway and don't need to be reminded that Christmas is coming. Sure. But you can't say, I won't play your lousy records, because you can go to Leavenworth for not playing Jingle Bells, and to me, that's not worth it. Yeah. So what we ended up doing, you would pretend you were playing Christmas music. If they heard, something referring to Christmas, they would think you played it. I would say, like, and now, for a visit with Santa Claus, Led Zeppelin will climb that stairway to heaven, you know, and he'd say, Christmas, great. So you had to be be that way.
That's funny. Yeah. And how long were you on the air there?
A year and a half. Yeah. And the enemy never got an album.
Now, well, congratulations. Now, when you went into the service, how did you get that gig? Because that seems like a pretty desirable thing.
It was dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, were you a civilian disc jockey?
Yeah, I was a disc jockey.
Where'd you work?
In small towns. I worked in the suburbs of Chicago. I worked in a little town called Murray, Kentucky, and bounced around. But I was lucky enough to get that. You're right, it was very soft duty, which was good.
Tell me about the show. I see the show. It's on NBC during the day, Wheel of Fortune, and then it's syndicated, I guess, at about 7:30 at night, and then other hours of the day on different stations here and there.
It's on virtually every hour of the day.
Is that right?
Somewhere in the world.
How much money has this one little half hour of game show generated?
I don't know. Millions?
Take a guess. More than millions, like a $500 million maybe.
Probably, right? Yeah. I'd say $500 million. $480 million.
Isn't that stunning?
I don't know.
And Merv Griffin gets all of that, doesn't he?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's the sad part of this whole story. That Merv Griffin gets it all.
Well, he does, but he deserves it. He worked hard. He came up with the concept in a dream one night.
Really? Is that how it came?
I think so. He had something bad to eat and woke up and said, we'll have a woman, she'll turn letters, and we'll give away lawn furniture. And the rest is...
Tell me about...
The rest is history.
Tell me about when the puzzles come up, sometimes people... I never know what the puzzles are, but I'm no good at that game. No. Do people on the show... I mean, are they ever just wildly solvable and they just go right by?
Well, eventually they solve them because all the letters are up, and if they can read the words, they'll get them on there. So they almost never go unsolved. But they could be more difficult than I mean, we had a puzzle, E.G. Marshall, fine actor. Mm-hmm. You know E.G.? Sure. You probably bowl with E.G. as I do. And but the people on our panel did not know E.G. Marshall. We had E. blank Marshall up there. And the rest of the half hour was people just guessing letters to try to... We had E.Z. Marshall, E.F. Marshall. We finally got to G.
Never got anywhere. What about the little you have, I don't know what you call them exactly, common phrases?
You
have two categories, phrases or
pharmaceutical products. That would be something like that.
Notions.
Notions.
So what are the phrases?
Well, you have easy ones, but again, the people are under a lot of pressure.
Oh, exactly, and there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of merchandise.
We had a woman solve a puzzle once. It was just about up there, and she solved it. She said, "I'd like to solve it. It's very clear. It's more fun than a barrel of Vikings." Is the way she solved it. She was wrong.
It's an old Norse phrase, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, let's do a... Pat Sajak obviously is here, and let's talk about Vanna a little bit.
Sure, I rarely get an opportunity to do that.
Yeah, yeah. How is she these days? Good?
She's well. You've had her on the show.
Been
She's
on the
a
show a couple of
delightful
times.
woman.
Very nice, very nice woman.
And when she comes on shows, sometimes she'll get people who think she's going to be an easy target, and you can have fun with her, but she has a great sense of humor, and she understands what she's doing there.
Again, this is an adjunct phenomenon of that program.
It is an adjunct phenomenon.
I have no idea what I'm saying anymore.
Is this the adjunct phenomenon segment?
And that the show would be so popular, and that yet she alone has generated an enormous popularity.
She has a clothing line.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. The Vanna White dental floss is going to be out very soon, waxed and unwaxed. Yeah, she has a lot going for her.
And the story, perhaps apocryphal, maybe you can clear this up for us, is that she was selected for the gig because she has an enormous head. Now, I've heard you say that.
No,
You said that. I've heard you say that.
No, I've never said that. Let me explain. Merv Griffin, the aforementioned Mr. Griffin, has what we have come to call the big head theory. Now, Merv has said this in interviews. He believes that people who are very popular in the past in movies, Joan Crawford, in present in television, Vanna White, are popular because... because they have big heads. And big faces and big features. Big eyes, big cheeks.
Right.
A big mouth.
People want this. They want to see big, abnormally sized
people. And Merv's been very successful with his big head theory.
Yeah. I see. Didn't Carl Sagan have a similar theory about... and so what did he brings the women come in and he gets out his calipers? Yeah, and that's basically how you do it. And I don't think hair counts. Actually. Now let's talk about this other thing that's been in the newspapers, I guess the last couple of days, about your ongoing negotiations with CBS to do another project.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about?
Well, tell us what the project might be. Is it true? Is it something you're interested in?
It's something they're talking about. We're talking about doing a late-night talk show. And...
just exactly how late, Pat?
Well, you know, when Jack Parr left The Tonight Show, people said it'll go in the toilet, you know, no one can replace him. And, of course, Johnny Carson came along.
Right.
It's the same thing at CBS. They're saying, who can replace Adderley in Night Heat? So it's the same kind of thing. No, it would be, you know, 11:30-ish if it happens. We're talking. My people are talking to their people. They're taking lunches, having meetings.
Yeah, I know, but you understand something. If you go up, and this is certainly nothing new to you, many people, the television path is strewn with the bodies of people who have tried to go up against Mr. Carson.
Yeah. Well, you can't worry about. I mean, he will not lose any sleep over it, and.
Well, no, I'm not saying he's worried. No, you misunderstand, Pat. I don't think he's worried at all.
Oh, I thought you thought he'd be concerned. No. I was about to try to put him at ease.
Yeah.
No, I understand. But what are you going to do? You can't operate like that. If you want to do something, you do it. And
well, you're nuts. You'll never work again if this goes under. Yeah, just try and get back on the little game show then.
I'll always, you know, game show.
Your head ain't big enough to come back on that show. I'm surprised you've had that job as long as you've had it.
You know, but when I sit and watch you on nights where things are really going well and the audience is, I've seen some of those.
Yeah.
And I say, boy,
You've seen a couple, haven't you?
What a great way to make a living. But then when there are those nights, about 4 minutes into it, where this look comes that says, I've died, I'm in hell, and the show will never end.
That's right.
I wonder why I would be interested. But it may have.
But I mean, it seems obvious that after the enormous success of this, your Wheel of Fortune, that you might want to go on to something else.
Sure.
I think you'd be great at it.
The nice thing about being a game show host is you can always do that. I mean, it's a great hold card. It really is, and it's a fine way to make a living. And they're like game show hosts are like baseball managers. I mean, they may be fired by one team, but they'll be hired by another.
So, yeah, but this has been wildly successful.
Really
I mean, in the history of television.
And I owe my life to it and Merv and my head.
Good to see you again, Pat.
You too, Dave.
Thanks for stopping by. It's a rerun. What do you care? You want to come and sit in an empty studio Monday? Fine, show up. There's no show here. What's the matter with these people? You know, man has always wanted to know the future to control his financial fortunes, his personal life, or just to know the next time Hard Bodies will be on HBO. So last week I decided to look into my own future with the help of some of New York's finest fortune tellers. Join me now, won't you? Hello and welcome. This woman to my right is Reverend Mitchell. Reverend Mitchell, thank you for having us. How would you describe yourself?
I am a psychic reader.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in the business since 25 years.
The psychic business?
Yes, I do all types of readings.
If I asked you to contact my Uncle Earl, could you do that?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No.
Well, he's not dead or anything. It'd just be a matter of placing a call.
I would like to read your face.
All right, fine.
I see through your face you have good character, a good sense of humor.
Well, thank you very much.
But I see a lot of stubbornness.
Stubbornness?
And your stubbornness caused you a great deal of disappointment in the past.
Yeah. My life has been nothing if not one disappointment after another.
No, not so bad.
Oh, but on the other hand, it hasn't been all that bad. All right, we have some Xerox copies of other people's palms. This is Brant Gumbel's hand. What do you see there?
Financial difficulties.
Oh, excuse me. All right. Okay. Hit me.
No, leave it here. Beware of a lawyer. Be careful what you find.
Gee, that's not exactly a bulletin, is it? Do you get anything that would indicate to you that I'm going to be surrounded by babes? A lot of honeys?
A lot of honey?
You know, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean when I say that, don't you? You understand what I'm talking about?
I don't see a lot of honeys around you, but I do see you trapped with two women.
Oh, geez.
No, there'll be two women in your life.
I've had dreams like this. What do you call yourself, Tina? Are you a psychic? Are you a reader? What are you?
I read tarot cards.
Tarot
I read
cards?
palm readings.
Have you ever worked with Kreskin? 3 packets of cards.
Are you past, present, future? Which one do you want?
Past? Let's go right to the future.
All righty.
Boy, look at the big stack of future cards.
Yeah. Pull one card, any card you want. Ah, wow.
Oh, geez. This is the worst possible thing that could have happened.
That's the worst card you could have had.
Oh, well, thanks a lot. How many dead cards are in there?
There's only one dead card.
Well, of course. Only one dead card. Yeah, out of a deck of 1,000. Oh, I can't go on. All right, thanks, Tina.
You're welcome.
That's your real name, Madame Rosa?
Yes.
You didn't just come with the franchise?
Show me your right hand. In your childhood, it shows that you felt at times that you was living in two worlds.
That's right. You know why? I was raised by poodles. That's the truth. Who are those women out there, by the way?
Neighbors.
I'll get rid of them. Hey. Excuse me. Just keep it moving. Come on, get up. Get the road, will you? No, seriously, pack up and ride. Do me a favor, let's work with this now. Put your hands on this.
On what?
Put your hands on there.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what are we getting here?
What do you want to get out of it?
I don't know. Isn't this part of it?
No.
What is this?
This is a lamp.
Oh.
Was you married?
Mm-hmm. I was married once for 10 years. Thanks for bringing it up. I think you about got gin there. These again.
Yes, sir.
Make that noise with me. We're looking forward to this. I think this will be exciting. We've got a lot of folks here. Our next guest is a talented composer, musician, and performer. This man was one of the founders of the legendary New York Dolls. He had a successful solo career, of course, as David Johansen, and this is his brand new hit album right here entitled Buster Poindexter, folks. Please welcome the one and the same Buster Poindexter. Buster Poindexter. Nice job. Easy. Nice to see you. Very nice job. Have a seat there. You know, I need to apologize to you in advance here. We're desperately short on time, but I did want to find out what you're doing in addition to having fun with your brand new hit album.
Well, I'm making a movie in Hollywood with Bill Murray called Scrooge.
He's making another movie. He makes one
yes.
each decade, doesn't he?
Well, at the price he gets, I don't blame him.
I guess so. And what do you play in the film?
I'm the ghost of Christmas Past.
Yeah. When is this coming out?
next Christmas.
Great.
Thanksgiving, something.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, nice to see you.
It's great to be here.
You sound terrific, and my thanks to the horns. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And the lovely woman singing with you.
Susie Tyrell.
Susie, nice to see you. All right. We got to do a... guest is a rookie running back from the Washington Redskins. Here he is in action as a last-minute replacement in Sunday's Super Bowl. This man scored 2 touchdowns and rushed for a record 204 yards. Folks, please welcome the amazing Timmy Smith. Timmy. Hey! Timmy, how are you? Congratulations. Thank you for coming here.
Thank you very much.
Please have a seat. Is this one of those stories that you dream about when you're a kid? You weren't you weren't a starter during the regular season, and then the big game, the biggest of your life, as you're going out onto the field, you find out you're going to play?
Boy, that thing, yeah, it was a...
Or start, I guess. You started the game, right?
When I got the word from the coach, I almost had a fit, you know, almost fainted.
When did you find out?
I found out when everybody was walking out on the field. The coach had a plan that he's going to introduce George Rogers then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and George told me to have a good game, and I was going, wait a minute, I'm a start or what?
Yeah.
And the coach said they're going to introduce George and they're going to let me start. So that was a pretty shocker to me.
Yeah. Were you surprised that you were able to perform as well as you did? I mean, certainly you're a talented athlete, but to just set a record for rushing in the Super Bowl, that's pretty unbelievable, isn't it?
Well, I think I was pretty fired up about the situation because you know, you sit out most of the season and you finally get to start in the Super Bowl, you know, your blood just flowing, you know.
Yeah. But it could have gone the other way. You could have stumbled and fallen and not done very well at all, but you're a hero. I mean, doesn't that tell you something exciting about yourself? You rose to the occasion.
Well, I accidentally scored twice.
You accidentally scored twice? Yeah. Did you play football as a kid all your life? This has been your sport?
Well, basically, I'm from a basketball school, and the whole town of Hobbs, New Mexico is basketball.
Where is it, Harvey?
Hobbs, Mexico.
Hobbs, New Mexico. New Mexico, yeah.
Yeah, I decided to switch over to football because every day, you know, a basketball coach, he loves for his players to run 2 miles every day. I said, you know, I can't take all this.
Yeah. Yeah, go into something easy where you only play 1 game a year. Not a bad gig.
You're right.
All right, now explain to me in the end zone. I guess it's a dance.
You're right. You know.
Thank you. Thank you for that vote of confidence.
I try to do something different than other athletes.
What is it, and where does it come from?
Well, the dance is called cabbage patch.
The cabbage patch.
Yeah. So you spin the ball and try to do the cabbage patch. And
all right, can you do a little of that for us now?
Oh, yeah.
Because I noticed you're playing on grass there in San Diego, and I noticed after you scored the first time, you threw the ball like you're throwing dice, and the thing comes up on its point and spins.
Oh,
right?
It's pretty simple. Though.
All right, well, what do you want to start with first? Let's start with, we'll do the whole thing, just as if you had scored.
If I can get a couple of beats over there, I can...
Couple of beats for Mr. Smith, please. I'll be right here if you need me. If you need any blocking, I'm right here. How do you do this? I mean, I can do the dance. Just show me how you do the ball.
Well, you put your hand over the top.
If I lived to be 112, I couldn't do that. Try the ball.
Well, you put your hand over the top.
Uh-huh. Now I can do it. I can cheat it. I can do it that way. Yeah, like I'm gonna go nuts now and dance.
You have to do the
all right, now let me do. All right, now, just like this?
Yeah.
Now, do you drop it or just put it on?
Just, yeah.
Oh, all right, one more time.
All right.
You know, wait a minute. I know. Why don't you come back to the show Monday night? You know, I do that, but a few years ago, I hurt my neck. Timmy, congratulations. Have a great off season. We'll look for you next year. Thank you very much for being here.